How's it going out there, esports world, and welcome once again to BossFightTV's The Reload. We're on episode number 27. That's 27 straight weeks of hardcore 110% across the board esports coverage, where we don't just cover Starcraft 2, we cover everything. Starcraft 2, first-person shooters, MOBAs, anything you could possibly think of, and including fighting games. So, as always, my name is Josh Engel, also known as Anti-Pro.
And I'm Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Mohawk Mike, and I would like to start off the episode by apologizing to you, Josh.
Oh, no.
Because I just had lunch. I had some tuna salad, so I might not have the freshest breath, but you guys at home don't have to worry about that. So.
Whew. All right, well, this episode, we'll be covering May 29th to June 4th. That's the past week of esports. As always, we're going to do a big shout-out to our sponsors at iHeart Esports. Check them out, iHeartEsports.com. or at iHeart Esports on Twitter. They make some awesome stickers. Listen throughout the episode for a chance to win. So, pretty simple. So, we're going to go ahead and get started right on in with the StarCraft 2 news. Almost as always. Sometimes it's not first, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're going to go ahead and start off with the GSL Team League. This is season number 2. So let's go ahead and bring up what's been going on in the StarCraft Team League. We just finished Group A. We have the dual Slayers and EG team, so they're working together. They went 5-3 over Hosio. Zenx went 5-1 over Team Liquid. Slayers EG went 5-4 over Zenx. And Hosio went 5-2 over Team Liquid. And Hosio also beat Zenx 5-1. So they're knocking out a lot of the games. They're going to be probably trucking through that pretty fast. So next week we'll probably see Group B, so be on the lookout for that. In other StarCraft news, as always, we have the North American Star League going on. We are in round number 8. As always, we have 5 divisions to go over. We'll go through them pretty quickly here. Let's go ahead and bring up division number 1. We have Knight in 2-0 over TT1. Cloud going 2-0 over Zinio. Brad OK 2-1 over Huang Sin. And Stefano, Mr. Stefano himself, going 2-0 over HeyPro. Division number 2, we have Hasu Obs 2-1 over the Muslim. Rung beating Dark Force 2-1. Crazy Moving 2-0 over Show. And Damaga beating Noni, also known as Liquid Tyler, 2-1. We got division number 3. Which we're going to go ahead and call the 2-1 division. We have Vibe, Straylock, and Mana winning 2-1 over Axelav, Gonzi, and Rain, respectively, and Huck winning over TLO. Division number 4, we got splits. We got 2-2-0s and 2-2-1s. So we got Select and Alicia winning 2-0 over Cats and Cruncher, respectively. Then we have Alive 2-1 over Lowly, and Rhett 2-1 over Idra. And finally, last but not least, division number 5, MC 2-0 over Sheth, Puzzle 2-0 over Targa, QXC beating Jinro, and there's no results for Polt and White Raw at this time, unfortunately. And actually, division number 5 wasn't there until this morning. So maybe by the time you see this, go check it out. Wikipedia, best place to go for all your actual ranking needs for StarCraft 2, so go check that out. So another event that's also been on our radar for the past couple of weeks, we have the EG Masters Cup. We are in week number 11. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results there. We have Fnatic 3-1 over Mouse Sports. EG beating Dignitas 3-2. Team Liquid 3-1 over Complexity. Empire 3-2 over It's Gosu. And Slayers decimating Millennium going 4-0. And we have yet another team league. There's team leagues, I don't even know what to do with them. You know that graphic where I don't know how to hold on these? That's exactly what we're doing with the team leagues here. We have IPL doing their team arena number 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at the results there. We're in losers round 1 now. We did winners round 1 last week. We have ATN Type 5-2 over Infinity 7, so they are out. Dignitas beating Eclipsia 5-3, so Eclipsia is out, unfortunately. Complexity 5-4 over It's Gosu, and Courant 3 5-3 over Check 6 Gaming. Sorry, Kurt. I was rooting for you guys.
Apparently, no pep talk there.
Yeah, we need to see some more locker room pep talks, Kurt. Let's get this. I know you're an FPS guy, but let's do this. Oh man. we mentioned the Pro League a few episodes ago that they just started. We've decided to give you a little update. They're in their second week right now. So here are their overall standings. This is not their records this week. This is total win-loss record, not match record.
I just wanted to interject real quick.
Right.
This is the league where they're playing both Brood War and Starcraft.
It is. Okay. It is the hybrid league that kind of came about after the whole esports conference over in Korea. They're kind of like slowly moving their players over to playing StarCraft 2. And in doing so, they're doing this dual format tournament where players play both games. So 1 week you might play StarCraft 2, 1 week you might play Brood War. So pretty cool indeed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the results here. This is the overall standings. Mind you, this is not just this week. This is both weeks. So in first place, we have CJ Intis. Second place, we have Samsung Khan. Then third, we have Woojin Stars. And then we have SDX Soul rounding out the top 4. They're all 2-1 total, but the rest of their placement is determined by actual games won and lost. So even though they all say 2-1, they're not necessarily tied. So that is the order there. Then the rest are 1-2. We have SK Telecom, Air Force Ace, KT Rolser, and then we have Kespa Team 8 rounding out the bottom part of the results there. Whew, almost done. We got one more big tournament and a couple other small ones to talk about. Number 1, we have the ESL German Nationals. This is the tournament that is feeding into the actual kind of Blizzard, worldwide tournament that they're going to be working on this summer. So this is the first event in that series. So the top 4 players from the German Nationals are going to be sent to play in the qualifier for this Blizzard World Championship Series. So let's go ahead and take a look at who they're sending. We got the top 4. We have Sake at number 1, Hasu Oz at number 2, Dark Force at number 3, and Cross at number 4. So these are going to be 4 representatives at least from Germany going into the European qualifiers. So be on the lookout for these guys. Obviously, they're names that you've seen and over in the European StarCraft scene. So hopefully they'll put on a good show come actual qualifying time. So be on the lookout for that. 2 more small tidbits of news. Too Good, our man Too Good over there. He has been doing a lot of crazy awesome arenas. He's done Quake arenas, League of Legends. Well, now he's set his sights on StarCraft 2. He did a small tournament this weekend. We have Bomber placing first with Huck coming in second. So Bomber actually walked away with $1,000. So congratulations to him. It doesn't really have any bearing on any other bigger tournaments. It's kind of just like a, hey, come and play, kind of almost like a show match kind of thing. So congratulations to Bomber, well-deserved there, and also Huck, who fought really hard for that. And also we have the CSL, the Collegiate Star League, which also did their finals this weekend as well. We have the University of North Texas taking home the victory. So congratulations to those guys for sure. And if you didn't see the All-Star game where Day 9 jumped in to save the day, you need to go back and watch the VOD. The stream computer went offline, and Day 9 jumped in and started casting like old school, like you might even want to call it like radio style, where he's literally explaining everything, or maybe the TSN days where they're like, all right, well he's moving his army like around the, and at the very last second, literally at the highest like point of excitement, someone plugged in a webcam, and there's a picture. I'll pull it up. There's a picture of Day 9 casting with another guy holding the webcam to his computer screen. And it's probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Probably the coolest thing that happens in esports, at least this year, I think. All tournaments and results and crazy things that happen aside, like this is the coolest thing ever.
You gotta think fast on your feet.
I know.
Especially for such an amazing game.
I know. So congratulations, or should I say congratulations, but good shit, Day 9. Seriously, that was amazing. Which Day 9 is actually taking a break coming up here. He's going to take almost a month break. So the Day 9 network shall be cold for about a month. But hey, he needs a break too, So anyways, that wraps up the actual StarCraft 2 side of things. We blazed through it. I know there was a lot. I told myself, hey, we're not going to dwell on it and talk about it forever. So StarCraft 2 in the books for this week. Mike, fighting games.
Just as equally, on the other end of the spectrum, fighting games. We had 2 major events going on this weekend. The first one that we'll jump into first is the Northwest Majors. This actually took place in the Seattle area, so on the other, very, very, very other end of the coast.
Couldn't make it out to that one.
Yeah, couldn't make it out to that one, unfortunately, but it was still fun to watch regardless. They actually had a lot of their scene there to represent, you don't hear a whole lot. When you think of the West Coast, you think of California, and that's kind of it. So it's cool to see that. But let's go ahead. We'll jump right into the results now, as obviously the most hyped game of all of 2012, in my opinion, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The results here for that: Filipino champ took first place, second place PR Balrog, and in third place Ricky Ortiz. Filipino champ actually had a crazy series going into actually the championships, playing his Dark Phoenix style. So kind of came out of nowhere, in my opinion, at least. Let's go next. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012. As we will see the results here, Ricky Ortiz taking first place for EG, bringing another championship home. Second place, PR Balrog. And in third place, Peru. But another side note, it was actually Ricky Ortiz and I think it was Ricky Ortiz. No, it was Filipino champ and PR Balrog actually had to play each other in their group and actually lost 1 or 2 matches, so didn't even make it out of group play almost. So that was crazy to see. But even more crazy to see, as always, Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd goes crazy. Results for that: first place, we have Ricky Ortiz, again, taking another Street Fighter Cross Tekken title, bringing it home. Second place, we have Clem, and in third place, we have Lord BBH. Going right on along here, King of Fighters 13. First place, we have Duncan. Second place, Joel. And in third place, kind of a favorite to take it, Canada Cup Gaming's Air. Came down from Canada, which is funny because you'll find out later why that's funny. But yeah, he came in third, so kind of awkward to see there. Soul Calibur 5. First place, we have Foxy Heaton. Second place, we have Great One. Third place, we have Black Mamba. Good games there. Next, we have Mortal Kombat 9. And in first place, we have P-Board Player. In second place, we have Shrunky Dink. And in third place, we have Black Mamba. The grand finals between P-Board Player and Shrunky Dink were really crazy. Matter of fact, P-Board Player actually came all the way out from Canada. He drove 20 hours to this tournament. And in the grand finals it was like a pixel of health playing Kung Lao and was actually able to bait an X-Ray. So it went from the literally like 1 hit away from dying, could have chipped him out, to bait an X-Ray into this crazy combo. So that was very cool to see. Good stuff for Mortal Kombat 9. Next, we have Skullgirls. First place, we have Somalio. Second place, we have Dacid Bro. Third place, we have Domo. Good stuff to those guys. And last but not least, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Tournament of Legends qualifier. Once again, this is happening at EVO. There are only 16 spots available. This is one of the last qualifying events, as EVO is coming up here on us very, very rapidly. First place, we have STP, who actually takes the qualifying spot. Second place, Jason Cole. And in third place, Zaz. So keep an eye out for all of the Super Turbo stuff. Good stuff to everybody who competed.
All the way around.
All the way around. Now, as you recall, I mentioned about how both Air and P-Board Player actually came from Canada to compete in Northwest Majors. We also had the Montreal Annual Tournament, which took place in Canada. So it was kind of weird to see some of the community, would drive. P-Board Player drove 20 hours to compete at Northwest Majors. So instead of, being at the tournament in Canada, came down to the good old USA. USA. I digress, though. Let's get into the results for the Montreal Annual Tournament. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, we have Quandizzle taking first place. Second place, we have RDK. And in third place, we have Danger Square. I always feel awkward.
Danger-esque. Mike.
I was going to say, I always feel awkward when I try to pronounce his name. But anyway, so next we have...
Dangers. I don't even know what you said.
Dangers. I said Danger Square. Thanks. Get at me, bro. Next we have Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012. You're not throwing me off my rhythm. I got it. First place we have Chirithi. Second place Dominion. And third place Wolfcrone. And I have to say, if you do nothing else this week, besides watching E3 and MLG Anaheim and all the stuff coming up, go back and watch the VOD from the championships between Chirithi and Dominion, because that place went crazy. Obviously, Dominion and Wolfcrone are heavy, heavy hitters, But Chirithi, once again, just taking another tournament, and the hometown crowd could not be more pleased.
Good stuff.
Literally almost broke the stream. It broke the system. Next we have results for Skullgirls. First place, we have Kazuhiro. Second place, we have Ironstein. And third place, we have Bryce. Moving on along, Mortal Kombat 9. First place, we have Zaf. Second place, we have Vida. And then third place, we have Jur. Soul Calibur 5 results. First place, we have Scribittle. Second place, we have Neo Russell. And third place, we have Hobbs. This is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. My apologies. This was using the team format. Once again, we see Team Men in Black, who is the partnership between Wolfcrone and Dominion, taking another 2-on-2 Street Fighter Cross Tekken title. Second place, we have Freddy Loco and Harmony. Third place was the team of Family Man and Tack. So insert joke here about going back home and being a family man. Moving on along to King of Fighters 13, last but not least, we have Paul Lee taking first. Second place was Potato Brian. And third place, we have Steb.
Potato Brian.
Did I say?
No. That's a strange name, sir. But I like it.
You got to get creative. You got to, now these days, at least he doesn't have like X's and numbers.
Right.
I'd prefer that any day. Moving into the last little piece of news, as you guys recall from last week, we told you about how we were going to compete in the Twitch TV inaugural Shootmania Storm tournament. Josh, how did we do?
Well, we made it to I don't know what you would call that, like the quarterfinals.
I think it was quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals, right before semis. Lost our first game. The team we played was rather good, if I do say so myself. We ended up winning round 2 against Washington Warriors, but that was a very, very great game.
That was a rough game
for that one. And then we played easy peasy. We went 2-1 versus them, and that last game was kind of a landslide. The other one that we lost was actually really close, and I was actually kicking myself in the butt for losing that game. But it was a fun tournament. Total Biscuit and Joe Miller did one hell of a job casting. Whenever we weren't playing in the games, we were watching the games. Had a real fun time, and we've been enjoying Shootmania. Seriously, if you haven't seen this game, even though there's not a lot of stuff out there, you can go watch the VODs from the tournament. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out of E3 with the finals. Make sure you watch it. And then as soon as the whole alpha is like, I guess we're kind of under like an NDA thing where we can't really release videos or anything like that. But once that's lifted, expect us right out of the gate. We're going to have some content for you guys, like explaining the game, showing it off, and watch for me and Mike in the future.
Yes.
Shootmania, because we love this game.
It's going to be good. But actually, one of the things that you did mention is that at E3, we'll see the culmination of the finals. And let's see results for that. As the way that it's listed, Mercenary Ops is listed as winners because they are actually coming from the winner side of the bracket. So they will have the advantage going into the E3 finals. Second place, we have Team YouTube Money, and in third place, the team that actually knocked us out of the tournament, Easy Peasy.
Shout out to all those guys.
Mr. Waffles,
Mr. Pancakes, and Spaztastic. And shout out to Mercenary Ops, too, because we actually scrimmed them the second day of the tournament. These guys have a Counter-Strike Source and 1.6 background. Professional, should I say, where we are not professional, so they kind of mopped the floor with us.
Not anymore.
It was actually really, really fun. It was a fun tournament, fun experience to meet all those guys.
Now, that's one of the things you would actually, that we had talked about, too, is that never before has there been such a collective group of not just FPS gamers, but from gamers from all backgrounds. We had Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, Quake, Tribes, Gears of War 3,
Ski Free,
former Ski Free champion, or actually you still have.
I have a trophy. I still have the belt, man. What are you talking about?
But once again, it was great. It was great not only to compete in it, but to watch and see everybody come together, get their thoughts about the game. But then also, as we did mention, the game's an alpha, so we are actively still playing the game and helping out grow the game to be a competitive esports title.
Be on the lookout. It's gonna be sick.
Very excited. And don't forget, make sure to tune in. It is actually taking place this Wednesday. So if you're watching the episode currently now, whenever Wednesday is that April, or no, we're not in April. June 6th, I believe. Live from E3, twitch.tv/Shootmania Storm. You can watch the grand finals take place. YouTube money coming out of losers brackets. We'll need to beat out Mercenary Ops twice, but they actually previously met in the winners grand finals, so
it's good stuff.
It should be intense and very good to see.
I'm gonna pause. Here comes the code because we forgot to do one
Go
so
for it.
far, and I
Yes.
don't want to do it. So we're gonna do hashtag Shootmania is awesome.
Sure,
that's all you gotta do. Hashtag Shootmania is awesome. Tweet at BossFightTV, at iHeartEsports, both of us, and follow both of us. If you tweet both of us, we will send you stickers from iHeartEsports.com. It should be sick. So,
yeah.
Boom.
Also sign up for the beta.
Indeed.
They are
shootmaniastorm.com. It's through Mania Planet, same people who do Trackmania. If you haven't signed up for the beta, please do so, because I have a feeling... This is not like, I know inside information. I have a feeling that after E3, they're probably going to start opening it up a bit more to everybody. I don't want to say open beta, but in the chat during the event, whoever had control over the actual Shootmania Twitch account was talking back and forth with people, and they said that they would release how many people sign up for the beta, and maybe they might roll it into a more invite-only type beta instead of the alpha. So be on the lookout, because it's going to be awesome.
How about some miscellaneous news?
Miscellaneous news, rolling it back, almost done. I only got a couple things, or actually I kind of have a lot of things, but it's not really big. First thing, if you want to get your hands on Dota 2 and you haven't got a key yet for it, you can buy it. Wait, what?
Buy free to play.
Apparently, Valve has come out and they've said that Dota 2 will still be free to play, but right now they don't believe the servers can handle it. So if you want to buy your way into the beta for $40, which is kind of, I don't know about that. Like $40 for Dota for a game that's supposed to be free. Like maybe if they credit that money back to you or something.
I'm assuming I'm assuming you'll either get like a voucher. You'll more than likely you're gonna get like, okay, here are exclusive skins or
something.
Yeah, exclusivity to characters or attributes or things like that. There's got to be something. Valve, knowing Valve and their history and the way that they treat their clientele, they're not just having people buy.
I'm still $40.
Yeah,
which is surprising because another set of news: CS:GO has been officially dated. August 21st, it's going to hit the streets, and guess how much it's going to be, Mike?
$59.99.
$15.
$15.
Not just on PC, but also on the Xbox 360 and
across the board.
Actually, PS3 as well.
Wow.
Straight up, 100%, $15. That's all you need to pay for this game. So if you've never played Counter-Strike before, go and grab it. Because why pay $60 for the next Call of Duty? I'm just saying. Also, you shouldn't get it for console either. You should get a PC and play it. I'm just saying that as well.
Well, I'm curious. Are they still doing the PS3 cross-platform?
I believe they scrapped that.
Okay.
I believe they scrapped that.
Regardless, though, Counter-Strike
should be pretty awesome.
It's a good game. Play the original
You can go buy 1.6 for like $1 on Steam right now, and I believe Source is probably like $10 maybe, 10 or 15. I'm sure that after Go comes out, it'll be a lot less.
Oh, that's gonna come out right after the Steam Summer Sale.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
But anyways, so go get you some Counter-Strike Go. Yes. Also, if you're following kind of the big tournament circuit news, MLG and DreamHack have released their player lists, so you can go on their respective websites to see who's registered for their tournaments. Because we didn't want to sit here and go through the entire list on the show, because that would add like another probably half an hour. Because of all the games that are covered by at least DreamHack, and then you have MLG with their huge numbers as well. Also, be on the lookout. CBS Interactive has been on the move in the esports community. They've been working on deals with Twitch TV, Owned TV, MLG, Nassel. Most of it's for advertising rights and things of that nature. So I wouldn't be afraid of some big corporation coming in and changing esports as we know it. But it's good to see large companies kind of like taking an interest. So be on the lookout. CBS Interactive, they'll be in the news going forward. Also, another thing, I just want to mention this to make sure that people didn't go, oh, you missed this. The ROG Curse League of Legends tournament happened. I actually watched some of it, but there are like almost no results anywhere. I saw a little bit of games in between when we were playing Shootmania when there was some downtime on the stream, but I cannot fathom why companies do tournaments and don't put the results on their website. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know, maybe next week or whatever. But Anyways, whatever. And then one final thing. If you're a fan of Starcraft 2, you might have heard about a Team Liquid documentary that's been in the works for the past year or two. They've released a trailer technically yesterday. And that trailer is actually really sweet. And it has a release date of June 22nd. So it should be coming out. And make sure you watch for a really sexy TLO scene with him grilling out with no shirt on and drinking a beer with his hobo beard. That's all I got to say. Ugh, I'm sorry. When I saw that, I was like, what the hell is going on?
I did too. I freaked out a little bit.
I'm done with miscellaneous news. What do you got, Mike?
I have a little bit. As you guys recall from a little bit ago, we talked about the CPL is actually back. The CPL, the Cyber Athletic Professional League, had been repurchased and not rebranded, but revitalized by a new owner. Kind of on the same storyline, the ESWC, the Electronic Sports World Cup, is back. Their last event was when they really had a large-scale event was in 2009. There was a little bit of turmoil about players not receiving funds and things like that, but the original owner has purchased back the ESWC and has guaranteed there will be an event this year, more likely in anywhere August, September. They're obviously still in the planning stages for that, but again, another large esports organization is back from the dead. And we will have to wait and see what happens with that. ESWC was always one of the bigger tournaments. They used the same WCG format where they actually had countries that were represented. So you had a Quake team that represented USA and France and for all of their teams. One of the other things they're also really known for was female esports. They always had a Counter-Strike tournament that was all female. And let me tell you, that was always amazing to see because there are a lot of really, really good female Counter-Strike players out there, and this actually shed a lot of light on them. So good stuff. ESWC is back. CPL is back. I feel like I'm 8 years old again. I'm not that old, but...
Oh, man.
Anyway, 18. I should say I'm 18 again. One of the other big pieces of news is that EVO has released that they have sold out of registrations for EVO 2012. You can still go to the website and you can still register, but allegedly if you do, it is a badgeless entry. So I guess you just get like a wristband or something like that. They only printed out so many of the cool, plastic badges. So good stuff to EVO. It should be very, very big this year, as always, as EVO is. And that is all the news I have. Oh, wait, no. There's one more thing that I would like to include. The Northwest Majors, one of their side events. Obviously, we just came back from UFGT 8, and they had Dive Kick was kind of their big hype, kind of joke at the community. The Northwest Majors actually had a Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012.
The computer.
All CPU tournament. So they ran it 2 different ways. They had one where it was literally just like a gambling. So they're okay, they put the characters on random. Okay, it's Fei Long versus Chung Li, and then people would bet I got $8 on Chung Li, and then they would let the CPU fight, and then they would pay out the money that way. But I think there was also an actual bracketed tournament where you picked your character. Okay, well I got Balrog. Well, they put your character on CPU, your opponent's character on CPU, and then they actually play each other. And at one point, the prize pot was up to $780 for an all CPU, all AI Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition version 2012 tournament. So,
esports, man.
I don't think there actually wasn't a lot. There were 2 streams during that weekend. I actually didn't see any of it, but you could hear the crowd going crazy in the background. So that was kind of neat. That's all I have.
Cool. Well, that wraps it up. We'd like to thank you guys for watching The Reload once again this week. We'll be back next week. As always, this is Josh Engel, also known as Anti-Pro, signing off.
And I'm Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Tasteless Jacket. Thanking you for supporting esports in whatever capacity you do.
I can't even do it.
And thank you for considering.